Prince Harry's biographer has blasted him after it emerged members of the royal family will now not wear military uniform at Prince Philip's funeral. Royal author Angela Levin accused Harry and Prince Andrew of throwing tantrums and shameful behaviour. Her comments come after the Queen decided senior royals attending the Duke of Edinburgh's funeral would not wear military uniform to save Harry from being the odd one out. Reports had also suggested that the Duke of York wanted to wear an admiral's uniform. Andrew was due to be promoted to admiral in 2020 to mark his 60th birthday, but this did not go ahead after he stepped down from royal duties following his disastrous Jeffrey Epstein interview. Ms. Levin tweeted, "Due to Princes Andrew and Harry throwing tantrums, none of the royal family will be wearing military uniforms on Saturday. You'd think the Queen and Duke's exemplary behaviour would have passed down. Their behaviour is shameful. The funeral is not about them. Actions have consequences." In a second tweet, Ms. Levin added, "Us and our Queen at 94, got much more to cope with than deciding on what male family members should wear for her adored husband's funeral." Harry was stripped of his honorary military titles after Brexit. Protocol suggests that Harry, who did 2 tours of Afghanistan, can only wear a suit with medals at royal functions. The decision is a break from tradition for ceremonial royal funerals. Prince Harry is said to have a historical face-off with the royal family after returning to the UK for his grandfather's funeral, according to a royal expert. Daniela Elzer, Australian royal columnist, wrote on news.com.au that Harry is now set to be reunited with his extended family. The scene is now set for a family drama of such proportions it would have William Shakespeare reaching for a fresh quill, with 2 royal factions preparing to come face for an historically freighted royal face-off which will involve TV cameras and the eyes of the world watching. No pressure. Queen Elizabeth II was forced to make difficult decisions over plans for Prince Philip's funeral this Saturday. The Duke of Edinburgh died on April 9. His funeral taking place at St George's Chapel tomorrow. Due to coronavirus restrictions, only 30 people are allowed to attend the service and Her Majesty will sit alone. Her Majesty had to make some difficult decisions on who can attend the service while keeping in line with the 30-person limit. A Buckingham Palace spokesperson told People magazine, "We are dealing with a family funeral and at its heart it is still a family event." Prince Charles is, understandably, deeply sad about the death of his father Prince Philip. The Prince of Wales made his first royal appearance yesterday since the Duke of Edinburgh's death on April 9. Charles and Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall, visited Marlborough House Gardens to view moving tributes from well-wishers. Charles appeared to be close to tears as the royals inspected tributes and flowers. Sources close to Charles have said he is deeply sad about his father's death. They told The Telegraph, "Just because you know a family member is not well does not mean it is any easier when the time comes." Meghan Markle will be able to view Prince Philip's funeral via private arrangements after being unable to attend in person. Due to coronavirus restrictions, only 30 mourners will be able to attend and they will have to wear protective masks. Those who would have been invited, but haven't been due to the limited numbers, will be given log-in details for a live stream of the service. While the funeral will be televised on BBC and ITV, the live stream will show the footage without any accompanying commentary. A senior Buckingham Palace spokesman said Meghan had made every effort to return to the UK for the service. Prince Harry would not be allowed to attend any family meetings before or after Prince Philip's funeral, according to a royal expert. Royal author Victoria Murphy claimed Prince Harry's quarantine period would disqualify him from going to any royal gatherings over the next few days. She told the Royally Obsessed podcast, "There has been speculation that they might get together before or after the funeral. But, of course, because of COVID they shouldn't really. Gatherings of that size are not allowed other than for a funeral. I think even outside you're still limited to 2 households and 6 people, unless it's for specific things." The Queen should reject Meghan Markle's offer of forgiveness, 9 in 10 people said in a poll, as calls emerge for the Duchess of Sussex to first issue a global apology to the royal family. As the firm reels from the tragic death of its patriarch Prince Philip, Meghan, 39, is willing to forgive and move forward, according to her friends. An exclusive poll by Express.co.uk has shown overwhelming skepticism of her olive branch, as many readers insisted Meghan should be the one seeking forgiveness, not offering it. In the wake of the remarks by Meghan's pals, Express.co.uk readers were asked, should the royal family put their differences aside? 94% of respondents, 5,261, said no, while only 5%, 284, said they should. Prince Philip had a twinkle in his eye right to the end, according to a former palace spokeswoman. The Duke of Edinburgh passed away peacefully at Windsor Castle at the age of 99. Following his death, former palace spokeswoman Ailsa Anderson said the Duke's many qualities stayed with him right to the end. She told People magazine, "Oh gosh, he was charming. He still had a twinkle in his eye right to the end. When he spoke to you, you thought you were the only person who mattered in the world. It was like a lighthouse beacon shining onto you, and you feel like the only person he wanted to talk to." Dylan Donnelly takes over from Katie Harrisay. Royal expert has accused Twitter users of using Prince Philip's death to wage battles and settle scores. Royal commentator Victoria Arbiter tweeted a picture of Prince Charles making an emotional visit to Marlborough House to view tributes from members of the public to the Duke of Edinburgh, who died peacefully aged 99 at Windsor Castle last Friday. Ms. Arbiter tweeted, "Pain so clearly etched on Prince Charles' face this morning. A reminder there is a family grieving deeply for their loss, and yet Twitter is using Prince Philip's death to wage battles and settle scores. What a sad reflection on today's society. The Queen should reject Meghan Markle's offer of forgiveness," 9 in 10 people said in a poll, as calls emerge for the Duchess of Sussex to first issue a global apology to the royal family. As the firm reels from the tragic death of its patriarch Prince Philip, Meghan is willing to forgive and move forward, according to her friends. But an exclusive poll by Express.co.uk has shown overwhelming skepticism of her olive branch, as many readers insisted Meghan should be the one seeking forgiveness, not offering it. In the wake of the remarks by Meghan's pals, Express.co.uk readers were asked, should the royal family put their differences aside? 94% of respondents, 5,261, said no, while only 5%, 284, said they should. Meghan Markle's mother Doria Raglan was reportedly adamant the heavily pregnant Duchess of Sussex should not make the journey to the UK. A source told Mail Online, Doria insisted that Meghan stay behind and support Harry from afar. Like Harry, Doria is very protective of Meghan and doesn't want to see her putting her own health at risk. Police are forming a ring of steel in Windsor as preparations continue for Prince Philip's funeral. The Duke of Edinburgh's funeral will take place at St George's Chapel in the grounds of Windsor Castle on Saturday. Thames Valley Police said it has put a range of visible and covert security measures in place. These include automated number plate checks, use of CCTV and barriers to prevent attacks using vehicles, as well as armed and mounted officers being on patrol. The Queen will try to broker peace with Prince Harry if he does not rush back to America after Prince Philip's funeral, according to a royal expert. Writing in The Sun, biographer Tom Bower claimed the monarch's prime focus will be saying farewell to her beloved husband on Saturday. But after that she will try to broker peace with Harry, who laid bare rifts with Prince Charles and Prince William during his and Meghan Markle's Oprah Winfrey interview last month. An Australian TV presenter who was told to shut up after she criticised Meghan Markle on air has hit back at trolls with an astute response. Edwina Bartholomew was vocal about reports suggesting the Duchess of Sussex chose not to attend Prince Philip's funeral because she doesn't want to be the centre of attention. The remarks were made by friends of Meghan as the royal family prepares to bury its patriarch. Ms. Bartholomew touched on the interview on Channel 7's Sunrise program, which she co-hosts. She said that rather than have her pals tell the world she was keen to avoid the spotlight, Meghan should have kept silent on the matter. Prince Charles appeared tearful as he was pictured leaving Windsor Castle today. The Prince of Wales, who was wearing a black face mask, looked like he was welling up as he was driven from the Berkshire royal residence on Thursday. Charles is likely to have been visiting the Queen following the death of her beloved husband Prince Philip. Members of the royal family have been rallying around the 94-year-old monarch as she grieves for the Duke of Edinburgh. Prince William and Prince Harry will not walk shoulder to shoulder in Prince Philip's funeral procession. The once close brothers will be separated by their cousin Peter Phillips as the trio walk in a line behind the Duke of Edinburgh's coffin on Saturday. The Duke of Cambridge will move ahead of the Duke of Sussex as the royal family arrives in pairs at St George's Chapel. Details of Philip's funeral have been released by Buckingham Palace following his peaceful death aged 99 at Windsor Castle last Friday. The Duchess of Cambridge sympathises with Prince William's upset and anger following Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's explosive interview with Oprah Winfrey, a royal expert has claimed. Vanity Fair's royal editor Katie Nicholl told OK! Magazine, Kate has been there for William recently, especially after his conversations with Harry didn't go too well. Kate has always remained loyal to William despite how close she was to Harry. Her loyalties are with her husband and their family. Even though she'd love peace and harmony, she sympathizes with William's upset and anger. Royal expert Roy Anika told Today, whatever has been going on in the last few weeks and months, and we know it has been extremely traumatic for the royal family. We can expect to see the royal family put on a very united front for what is probably going to be one of the most difficult days of the Queen's life. Prince Philip sadly passed away last Friday, at the age of 99. The Duke had spent a month in hospital earlier this year and was discharged on March 16, just weeks before he died. Being able to move back to Windsor Castle would have been a great blessing for Philip, according to an expert, who said the senior royal did not want to die in hospital. Royal biographer Robert Jobson has written a new book on the Duke, titled Prince Philip's Century: The Extraordinary Life of the Duke of Edinburgh, which will be out for release next month. At the start of the book, the expert paid tribute to the late royal and discussed the Queen's husband's funeral arrangements, which he said were meticulously planned. He wrote, "Philip was as pragmatic about death as he was practical in life. His first instruction was that he would not die in hospital, but at Windsor Castle, his home." The Queen's grandson gave a rare insight into the Queen and Prince Philip's relationship, where he said he feared the monarch would be unable to carry out her public duties without the Duke of Edinburgh. Prince Harry made the comments during an interview with BBC veteran Andrew Marr, to mark the Queen's Diamond Jubilee. The comments have been documented in Robert Jobson's new biography on Prince Philip, which is due to be published next month. He noted brothers Harry and William both spoke to Mr. Marr for the three-part series, The Diamond Queen, in 2011, where they both opened up on Her Majesty's hard-working and determined nature. Mr. Jobson said the Duke of Sussex was particularly concerned about the Queen carrying on through her old age. The biographer said, in an interview in the same year, Prince William's brother, Harry, who would later on in adulthood escape the gilded royal cage and abandon Britain in favor of a freer life on the west coast of the US with his wife, Meghan, admitted that his grandmother's heavy workload concerned him. "Regardless of whether my grandfather seems to be doing his own thing, sort of wandering off like a fish down the river, the fact that he's there, personally, I don't think that she could do it without him," he said. Britons have viciously mocked Prince Harry after a royal family expert claimed he would want to leave the UK and return to Meghan Markle in the US as immediately after Prince Philip's funeral. One reader, reacting to our original story, raged, "The sooner Hess gone the better." Hess proved himself to be totally unacceptable to be a royal representative of this country. Going good riddance. A second person wrote, "Let's hope once Hess gone back to the US that is the last we will see of him." Another reader commented, "A good decision to leave ASAP. He doesn't want to be here, and he is less than welcome amongst a large proportion of the population. Win all round." Prince Harry wants to get back to pregnant Meghan Markle as soon as the funeral is over, a royal expert has claimed. The Duke of Sussex, who is currently at Frogmore Cottage, will want to get back to Meghan quickly after the funeral, according to royal expert Ingrid Seward. She claimed Harry will return to California the day after the funeral or later that day. Speaking to Us Weekly, Ms. Seward said, "I think for the period that Harry is here they will very much want to put their differences behind them. I think Harry will very much want to get back to Meghan as soon as the funeral is over. He will probably return to California maybe the next day or maybe later on Saturday. He won't have a great deal of time to be in a potentially embarrassing situation with his family. There is no way they're not going to be anything other than absolutely charming to him and vice versa. There's no point. Harry knows it's about his grandfather." Prince Charles and Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall, have visited Marlborough House Gardens, by St. James Park, to view a selection of flowers left by members of the public in memory of the Duke of Edinburgh. The flowers and condolence messages have been moved from outside Buckingham Palace. Prince Edward has given a moving tribute to his late father Prince Philip, and said the Duke's spirit and ethos lives on. The Earl of Wessex said his dad may have departed this world but his spirit and ethos lives on through the Duke of Edinburgh's award. The 57-year-old royal made the moving comments as he delivered a personal thanks to holders and participants of the Duke of Edinburgh's award and the International Award for sharing their memories of his father. He said, "Reading just some of the wonderful memories you have shared about your experiences of the Duke of Edinburgh's award and, in some cases, of meeting my father, has been truly uplifting. I think I may have said once that he was a man that once met, never forgotten. He had a unique ability to make a lasting impression in a remarkably short time. I, like all my family, had a lifetime of lasting impressions, inspiration, shared passions and love. He may have departed this world, but his spirit and ethos lives on through his award, through each and every life touched, transformed, inspired. Then, now and in the future. Thank you one and all for helping to create such an extraordinary tribute." Although Meghan will not attend the Duke of Edinburgh's funeral on Saturday, the Duchess is keen to move on from the row with members of the royal family. As Meghan is pregnant with the couple's second child, Prince Harry has returned to the UK on his own for the first time since the couple's explosive interview with Oprah Winfrey. Meghan was advised against travelling, but according to sources, the Duchess did not want to become the centre of attention while the family pays its respects to Philip. Amid these claims, Express.co.uk is asking in today's exclusive online poll, should royal family put differences aside? Commentators have said Prince Philip's funeral is the perfect opportunity for the pair to patch things up, but an expert has claimed the rift might be beyond repair. Royal expert Amanda Platell said Harry and William's relationship was once an unbreakable bond, but she warned recent events have severely weakened relations. She wrote in the Daily Mail, "Yet break that bond has. It has been shattered by Harry's swift and unexpected departure from his royal duties to live in the US, and by the incendiary interview he and his wife gave to Oprah Winfrey in California as Grandpa lay gravely ill in hospital." The commentator said the funeral provides hope of reconciliation between the brothers, but she isn't sure if forgiveness is really on the cards. A special version of the much-loved naval hymn for those in peril on the sea could be sung at Prince Philip's funeral, a special honor. The hymn, formerly entitled Eternal Father, Strong to Save, was a favorite of the Duke and is considered especially poignant by sailors. But it also features two little-known additional verses which were written specifically for naval airmen and occasionally features at funerals of members of the Fleet Air Arm, the aviation branch of the Royal Navy. Prince Philip sang the extra verse at the funeral of the man who taught him to fly while he was a Royal Navy officer. Prince Philip's sisters' families will make up a tenth of the mourners at the funeral on Saturday, according to a royal expert. Robert Hardman, author of Queen of the World, said that the Duke of Edinburgh's family from Germany is isolating in Ascot in preparation for the service. Taking to Twitter, Mr. Hardman wrote, "I am pleased to report that the Duke's sisters' families, whom he loved dearly, and vice versa, will make up a tenth of the mourners on Saturday. Uninvited to his 1947 wedding, they'll be there at the end as he wanted."